Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. All right, it is a good week so far. It's doing okay.
Is it?
Yes, it's okay. It's much better than last week, right?
Yeah.
We've got Edward right there. We've got David hovering like the great and powerful Oz. It's so guys, this is not Star Wars, but it's A New Hope this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
see, I made probably the lamest, connection of the day, and I'm sorry for that. So let's we had a
Return of the Jedi. Is the Return of Jedi going to be David Moyes coming back?
Oh no, I was hoping that would be Barkley.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
I feel like we should have worked on these before going live.
Empire Strikes Back is going to be. That's going to be the Chelsea game. Empire Strikes Back.
All right.
God, we are weird.
Let's start with the Chelsea reaction. The loss that was still a loss, but still sort of didn't feel as much like a loss. So, you guys, let's figure out how you felt. All right, little instant thoughts. First thoughts. Edward, do you want to start?
Yeah, I actually wasn't watching the game. I wasn't there. I was actually just listening to it on my radio. And from what I could hear, first half was a bit Coman-esque, but the second half, it was basically just a tale of two halves, really. Chelsea dominated the first half, but then we actually took the battle to them in the second.
Yeah, this is true. David, how'd you feel?
Positives to take, but I'm still a little bit disappointed that it ended up just being another kind of hard luck story.
Yeah.
As Edward said, the first half was nothing really. We conceded the goal, but nothing really happened in our favour. You could see the lack of confidence in the team, and it was to be expected, I suppose. But they come out in the second half and really had a go. And I think on a different day, we would have won that game.
We just got unlucky, I think.
To go in, hey?
We got unlucky with the whole thing. We should have had extra time.
Yeah, I think on the other day, as I said, at least 2 or 3 of those chances go in, and we don't even go to extra time. I think we win that in 90 minutes. So I'm not going to get too hard on them. I was a little bit disappointed that we couldn't win the game, but it was better. It's something to look forward to on Sunday.
Yeah. I think people are going a little bit overboard with the positivity just because we saw some spirited play. So I'm not celebrating a loss. I'm not going to celebrate it, However, I felt like we had a chance to win the game. I felt like when I finished the game, I was angry because we had chances. That's a new feeling for me this season. That's cool. Lookman hit the post. All right. The woodwork, it looked good. That play looked good. Legitimate chances. First half was a little difficult because every single one of our attacks broke down like before it even got to the box. Like I checked the stats at halftime and it said we had a couple of shots and I totally didn't remember them. It's like I don't think we had any shots that penetrated the box.
No, we didn't.
It was.
Yeah, no, I don't remember any of the first half. Like genuinely, I remember their goal and that was it.
Yeah.
To be honest, the most really annoying thing was the goals we conceded. Well, all right, the first one maybe, but the second one that killed it off for us. That was just a good goal.
Yeah.
Like nothing could be done about it. I thought the finish he had on it. Go far post, get it away from Pickford as well. It was just a quality one. First one we should have really done better with though. But it's worth getting into it again.
Yeah.
He's trying to get it out of them.
I do think somebody lost their man on their first goal with Rudiger.
I heard it was Williams.
It was who was right beside him? Was it Baines? So it was like he and Baines or Kenny were standing right beside each other, and one of them lost track. I thought it was Williams as well because height-wise that would make sense for him to be marking.
Didn't have a great first half, did he? Although I suppose a lot of them didn't they?
I thought Kenny struggled a little bit last night. Not so much putting the ball into the box. He seemed to give the ball away a lot when he had it. I'm not getting on his back, but I think he struggled a little bit.
It's probably to do with the confidence thing, isn't it? I mean,
it's still all new to him, isn't it? Really. I mean, he's played a lot of football and he's a very good player, but he's still only new into the first team, isn't he? So maybe.
Yeah, he's had 2 very tough fixtures to start with as well, Arsenal and Chelsea.
In a bad team.
And I thought it's kind of a getting used to the pace of the game. You know, just because it's faster, it's more intense. I mean, I think if you really watched Baningimi, you know,
he was
last night, well, there were moments where it seemed like his brain was trying to process what was happening. You know, like he had to take a second and process it and then act on it. I thought he still did a little bit better with the situation than Kenny did. You know, but that was
he was very opposed to the young lad, wasn't he?
Yeah, he really was.
He's only 19, isn't he?
He is. Yeah,
I thought he was 18, but probably is 19.
I think I looked it up at halftime. I think he's 19.
Yeah. Maybe we had. I think it might have been Jagielka's glancing header, where it was about our maybe 3rd chance. Keeper pulled off a decent save. I think the emotion kind of drifted then from anticipation, excitement to, oh, here we go, because you just know that the chances are coming. We weren't getting the goal. And it was almost inevitable, really, wasn't it, that they go and get their seconds, and then really as if the heartache wasn't enough to get that goal again and only be 1 in it, but no time to score an equaliser. Just, you know, classic Everton, really. But as I said, I don't want to get too down on them because it was still a good result. I mean, it was still a good performance.
To be honest, actually, I'm probably happier for that performance than the one against Bournemouth, to be honest, because in the situation, all right, we still lost, but it's damn better performance than the likes of Arsenal, United, anything like that, and it's in a formation with wingers, so you know it does work.
They all played well. Lennon played well. I thought Morales played well.
I think I don't know what kind of team we need to bring out for the next one, because it's all going to be different, isn't it?
I don't know. I feel like he.
It looked like he experimented.
Yeah, I think you maybe see Schneiderlin back in, but except for that, I think he's going to keep very similar formation for Sunday's game.
Well, have you heard the what he was saying about Beningme? Is it something like that?
Baningimi? Something like that?
I'm going to leave that pronunciation to you two.
Yeah, but he said that he actually hadn't even included him in the lineup because Schneiderlin was ill like the night before, so he said, "Yo, Benny, come to the squad for us."
Yeah. Was he even to be on the bench? Because I know they take what they call a 19th man, don't they? So they basically have like the say the starting 11, then they have the subs bench, and they always take a spare man to the game, and they'll come in if anyone for whatever reason can't play, i.e. injury or substitution. So I wonder if he was that 19th man.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he said
they're not even thinking he'd be on the bench.
Huh. I thought
it was.
No, I thought that he had said that he wasn't even supposed to be in the squad.
Yeah.
Like after the game, and so when he said squad, I wasn't sure if he was talking about the starters and even on the bench, or if it's a situation like you were talking about, and maybe he was that 19th person.
Yeah, he must be. Yeah, because as I said, they do travel with the squad, so they'll go down to the hotel the night before and stuff. But they'll just obviously not be named in the squad. But it must have been pretty exciting / daunting for him.
Talking about Baningimi, does he? Let's just think about him moving forward. All right, and then get back to the game and everything. Do we think he ever starts over Schneiderlin?
Well, I read a comment somewhere that said we should sell Schneiderlin and put Gay and Benny together. Let's call him Benny.
See, Here's my thing. He's played 1 90-minute game
Exactly.
so far, so I think we just need to maybe not put pressure on him and just ease him in for now.
Yeah.
Could be a bit of a Tom Davies situation.
Yeah, let's just leave Schneiderlin where he is for now, and then as and when we can bring him in, and to answer your question, Sunday maybe, but I don't think just yet.
Nah.
I think he starts in cup games. That's what I would consider.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily think he should start over Schneiderlin or Gay or Davies at this point. But if one of those is hurt or out, possibly slide him in there for energy and pace in the middle. Yeah, especially for a cup match. One of those where we're not really wanting to. We're wanting to save our legs for the weekend Premier League stuff. So
yeah.
Now the next question. McCarthy actually played all right yesterday.
He did well. I thought he did very well.
Yeah. So the Unsworth said after the game they knew he couldn't really go past like 60 minutes or 65 minutes or so. So they knew he was going to be going out anyway. So if McCarthy is healthy, do we consider McCarthy ever starting over Schneiderlin, Gay, or Davies?
At the minute, I'd actually say put him over Davies if any of them, because his confidence looks a bit shot at the minute. If, in all honesty, his confidence looks a bit shot because he didn't have the greatest of games, in my opinion.
I just feel like with Davis though, he's the only one out of those four names who's got that creative spark going.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
I don't think the other three have, so I know always got to be starting for me. But I don't know. I think the three of them can battle out for the positions, and if one of them's out of form, they get cut, and the other one comes in. I think if we're healthy in that position, fantastic. So yeah, he could play over them easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see. For me, Davies always starts too. Like that's just one of the. I can't help it. I think he's awesome. but I just feel like. What was that?
On hair, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. He's a shampoo commercial. So yeah, but he's the first. But if it's a situation where I could see him if Schneiderlin's not available. I feel like that works. I don't really know. I feel like you need one or the other, Schneiderlin or McCarthy, and you need one or the other out of Gay and Baningimi because they both give you pace and grit. Because if we don't have either one of those guys, we are a little slower in the middle. We just are. All right. So I agree with you guys, though. I probably wouldn't start him over those three if they're playing well and if they're if they're fit. So
I also want to put something in. I found it quite interesting that the substitute goalkeeper wasn't Stecklenburg, it was Robles.
Yes. Also found that interesting. That is a good...
It was the same on Sunday as well, wasn't it? Yeah, and he did play for the 23s on Friday as well. So he played for the 23s. He was on the bench on Sunday and again on Wednesday. Do you think Schettenberg is either injured or do you think he's kind of being cut and Unsworth is going to keep him out the side because he's been the goalkeeper for the 23s this year, hasn't he? So far.
Yeah. That's a good. I think that's something to keep an eye on moving forward, guys. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we all three of us prefer Robles, don't we? Or do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely do. So, do we think Everton can score enough goals before getting a new striker in January?
Possibly. Miasi and Calvert-Lewin look to be quite interesting together.
Yeah, and played 3 games in under a week, haven't we? And we've scored 4 goals, which isn't bad. I think if we can keep them out at the other end, then we'll be okay. I think that's more important. It seems like we can still get goals around the pitch. We just need to make sure we're keeping them out at the other end.
I think the most common comment I saw on Twitter was basically saying, "Hey, defense looks organized." You know, defense looks organized.
Yeah.
Midfield looks more sorted than it has before. But we have very little attack and very little clinical ability once we get near the box. And it seemed like what people were complaining about was the fact that we need a striker. Mid-game, mind you, before we got that late goal. I just wasn't sure. I just thought it was I'm hoping that with stronger play in the back, more confidence, we get more opportunities on goal, we score more goals, and the confidence grows. That's what I'm hoping.
You see, the thing I see with it now, Unsworth is still trying to figure out what system he thinks is going to be best. Like, the formation we played at the start was a 4-3-3. That was obvious, you know. It worked with the wingers, so he thought, okay, that worked. We didn't get any goals, though, so how about I bring another striker in, so we make it like 4-4-2 or something like that, which worked, got us another goal. So maybe he's going to try that out. Maybe he's going to start Calvert-Lewin and Niasse at the same time, because he's had these players before in his team in the under-23, so he knows how, like, their strong suits, their weaknesses, anything like that. So Leicester is going to be a big game, I think.
I mean, do we think that? I mean, I don't know. I actually think I like the idea of him starting 4-3-3. I like the idea of us still being in a game second half. You know, I kind of like the 4-3-3 setup. It was something I hadn't really seen from us very often in terms of the way it was set up. Because that 3 was across. Those 3 in the middle, they were spread across, not like any stacked or triangle or anything. It was straight across, and you could see them lined up for most of the game when we were on defense. It was cool to see a formation like that. I like the idea of maybe starting with one striker. I just don't think Rooney's that striker, guys. And I think that was kind of hurting us a little bit in the first half. And that's what I was going to ask is, was the momentum, did it jolt when we went 4-4-2, or did it start ramping up before then? Because I thought we started getting more opportunities before we brought in that second striker.
It's really hard to tell, really, because it's the whole thing with confidence, isn't it? If you think about it. I mean, starting off, we didn't have great confidence because of this whole thing still with Coburn going on. So,
I meant in yesterday's game.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You know, we're still trying to shake off the Coman bit, and the players need confidence getting into the game. They need to get in the game because it's formation change. So we don't know whether the formation is going to be working or whether the players are still a bit like, this is something new. What are we doing?
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Bigger problem: the defense or a lack of a striker?
Yeah, I suppose an out-and-out striker, because if we're still playing Rooney up top on his own, then that screams we've got an issue, doesn't it? But I do still think that defence, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's Williams, maybe Keane has off games, or Jagielka's too old, but that defence still doesn't look right for me. I think the striker is probably the bigger issue, but we need to start getting some clean sheets.
Right.
See, I think personally, I mean, we can score goals. It's just we're trying to figure out. So it's a bit like we're trying to figure out who's our main striker at the minute, which I guess is sort of answering the question. But the defence looks like there hasn't been as much work on, so, you know, sloppy errors and all that. Maybe Unsworth is going to fix that. We're also missing a lot of... We're not really missing too many attackers. We're missing more in defenders. Because we're missing Funes Mori. We can't register Luke Garbett. Galloway, Browning are all out in Sunderland. Coleman, you know, that's at least 6 players that we're missing from defence. Strikers, we're not missing any. We've got Calvert-Lewin, we've got Niasse, we've got sort of Rooney, we've got Sandro, 4 different players. So we're just trying to figure out sort of like what formation is going to be best for each of the 4 players.
Right. I think you bring up a good point with the injuries, because a lot of these players are, I mean, I think Funes Mori is going to be available in January. All right. I think that was what the timetable was. So with him, and we're hoping Coleman is hopefully available to play. You know, I'm hoping in January, but you never can tell with these injuries.
Yeah.
So,
I did notice that last week. I seen the Finch Farm, and he hasn't got a limp or anything now. He's walking normal, and he's training, so he can't be far now, surely.
good.
He
Very
went
cool.
to Ireland to support the team.
Yeah,
didn't
he did.
Without crutches.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was under the impression he was going to start training with the first team, as in like actual full training in November. I don't know if that's still happening or whatever, but if that's the case, then I'm hoping he can actually start playing games with the U23s by December. I think that would be. I think that's a good goal.
Yeah.
So anyway, really quick parting thought here, guys. Do we think we're going to continue to see more steady improvement, or do we think this improvement is going to peak quickly and plateau over the next few games, and then we're just going to be as good as we can be with this squad?
No, just go up.
Keep rising, Edward, you think?
See, I think the whole thing, I remember this quote from this TV show: the darkest hour is always just before the dawn. Darkest hour seems to be sort of like the Arsenal games, the Chelsea games, so maybe...
That off Batman, by the way?
No, Merlin.
Oh, okay.
I have actually watched that show a lot. So.
I feel like I've heard it off The Dark Knight, which is a very good film, but...
Possibly.
What? I might have killed your flow, sorry mate. Continue.
Edward, I think that was from Fireman Sam, wasn't it? All right, keep going, bud.
So maybe we're on the up now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've had a bad performance, we had a bad game. Then we had a bad game, but a very good performance. So maybe the next one's going to be good performance, good game.
David, what do you think?
I think Sunday is a massive game. I think if we win on Sunday, yeah, definitely. I think we can go from strength to strength and kind of get our confidence back. I think it'd be a disaster if we lose, because it'll completely deflate our momentum from yesterday's second half, and we haven't got the manager to blame anymore. So the squad will be looking at themselves, panicking, thinking we're not good enough, and I think we'd be in trouble there. So yeah, Sunday, big game.
So that's the end of the Chelsea reaction from all of us. All right, cautious optimism may be the phrase of the day. All right. If you're enjoying our videos, please, why don't you like them and subscribe? Leave us comments. All right. Tell us about your youth. All right. Give us your own reactions from the game. That would be cool. Please check out Edward's YouTube channel, Jam E James. The details are down below there. That would be awesome. I guess that's everything. David, Edward, thanks so much. All right.
Peace, man.
We'll see you guys in the next video.
Adios.
Bye.